Welcome to Mission Sonlight. During this quarter, join us as our media missionaries introduce the ministries and activities that are sharing the hope of Jesus throughout the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division. Centers of influence impact areas in large cities and reach people who might never enter a church building. You'll hear the story of Andre and Amanda and their ministry of the center they operate in the bustling city of Pretoria, South Africa. Another center in the country of Mayotte is one of this quarter's projects. Reaching youth and young adults in this region is critical. This demographic is rapidly growing, and they need hope and a reason to live. Several of this quarter's 13th Sabbath offering projects are designed specially to help youth include dormitories at boarding schools, classrooms, and a learning center that will provide community outreach, leadership development, and e-learning opportunities. Seventh-day Adventist chaplains are making a difference all around the world. This quarter, we'll hear about what's happening with Seventh-day Adventist chaplains in the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division, where they're reaching campuses, prisons, military complexes, and in many ways, doing the work of the pastor and beyond.
In our division, chaplains work in the following areas. In the area of campus chaplaincy, that is universities, whether they are public or Adventist institutions of learning. Then we also have chaplains in the military. We have chaplains in the prisons. We also have chaplains in the health sector. So those are the four areas of chaplaincy where we do have chaplains. And we thank God for that. There is still, of course, room for growth so that we can also, venture into other areas of chaplaincy, such as community chaplaincy and workplace chaplaincy.
Often, the role of the chaplain is misunderstood. Adventist chaplains must first study to be a pastor by taking a theological program at an Adventist institution. Then they receive the necessary training to work in their area of specialization. Some don't understand the need for chaplains.
That chaplains are people who are operating outside of the borders of church buildings. Pastors work within the church, but in the institutions. Chaplaincy is an institutional ministry. So I would actually educate them. It's a ministry that takes care of people who are not only Adventists, but we are reaching out to people who are not Adventists as well. So we would need to educate them to appreciate and understand that chaplains are needed in society.
Adventist chaplains make an impact in the institutions where they serve.
One chaplain who shared with me his story of how, when he started as a prison chaplain, an ordinary prison chaplain, the organization that hired him, the Prison Services of South Africa, when they saw his potential, when they saw how well he was relating with the prisoners and the prison staff, they then elevated him to another level. He was actually promoted, and as I speak to you, he is actually managing a couple of prisons within that jurisdiction where he's working. So he's no longer just working with prisoners, but he's now doing administrative work, and actually people are reporting to him because of what he has done.
In the country of Malawi, an Adventist chaplain is filling a critical role.
In Malawi, for instance, we also have a wonderful chaplain who was doing such a good job that his own country, his own military defense force, they decided to choose him to be the one who is the head of all chaplains within the Malawi military force.
Adventist chaplains on public and private university campuses are influencing students' lives and sharing hope with them.
In South Africa, for instance, we do have young people who have joined the church because of the active participation of our chaplains and students, Adventist students in public campuses. Now in South Africa, there is a student association of all Adventist students who are studying in public campuses. It's called Seventh-day Adventist Student Movement. The acronym is DASM. And I continue to meet young people wherever I go within the country in South Africa who have been students in the past in public universities. And because of the work of campus ministries and chaplaincy ministries, whenever I meet them, they then tell me, because I don't remember most of them, they then tell me how their lives were changed because of the ministry of the chaplains that we we had deployed in the various campuses, and because of campus ministries itself.
Ministry on the campus touches the hearts of young adults.
One young man, for instance, he's a leader at the moment. He's an elder of his church, and yet when he went to this particular university, he was not an Adventist. He was exposed to Adventism in a public campus because of the chaplains that were working in that campus. And now such young people are taking powerful leadership roles wherever they are.
As chaplains labor on the front lines, they are present during times of pain and times of joy.
Chaplaincy is a ministry of presence. You may not know what to say sometimes when people are agonizing and going through pain, but just being there for the chaplaincy is a frontline ministry. Very often, we think that pastors in the districts are the only ones who are frontline ministers. But I would like to argue that chaplains are actually frontline ministers. When we endorse chaplains, we're actually saying that we can vouch that we have seen their chaplaincy calling and that they are professionals.
Lay members, pastors, teachers, and chaplains tell the story of Jesus across the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division in myriad ways. As you consider the amount of your 13th Sabbath offering, pray for the church members, pastors, and chaplains as they bring hope to those around them. Pray for the dormitory and classroom projects, the Learning Center and Center of Influence. On Sabbath, June 25th, reflect on the ways your generous gift will change lives of young and old alike. From Network 7 Media Center, this is Mission Sonlight.